Hi, y'all, and welcome back or welcome to the Dare to podcast. My name is Mette Hansen, and in this conversation, I'm talking with Ryan Cassata. I had this conversation last year in October, and I have been I haven't known whether I should post it sooner or later than now, if I should wait till next year actually, or if I should do it now because it's just a very heartfelt and meaningful video to me, and it's also just like hard, and I'm like, what if people don't see it, or what if people really don't like it, or find it as I find it. So yeah, I guess I just really hope um, that that you in some way, in some capacity, find it valuable in your life. Yeah. So thank you for being here.
Excellent.
Excellent. Well, how are you?
I'm good. A little, I think the allergies are bad, and then this morning we had an earthquake, so
Oh, an earthquake? Like an
yeah, but everyone's fine. It was a small one, but I thought like someone was breaking into our house.
yeah, yeah. Oh my, sounds kind of crazy an earthquake. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah. Is it in LA?
Yeah, it was actually like it happened like right in our neighborhood, so we like really felt it.
Oh, damn. Is that like
Yeah.
in the roads, or I know this is a weird question, but like we don't have any earthquakes here, or like
Oh, really?
or even close to. That's why I'm so yeah, kind of curious.
Oh yeah, everything like shakes. Sometimes like things will fall over. Like if you had a cup on your desk, it might fall off.
Oh,
Pictures move. Like yeah, all your pictures. Like if you live in LA, it's like everything tilts, and you have to
okay.
tilt it back over time. Yeah,
Crazy, crazy.
yeah,
Okay, but you're great. You're safe.
yeah, yeah. All good.
All good. All good.
Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, good. Winter time's coming, but I'm good. I've been
Cool.
very excited for yeah talking with you today.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to that. Because you have been doing quite some stuff, Ryan. Really inspiring to me. What you're doing.
Thank you.
And yeah, um, and I think I actually just want to start with like asking you about your story, if you want to share that, like talk about like 5 to 10 minutes. Also, I want to ask you like how much time you have right now.
Oh yeah. For interviews, I usually like start capping out mentally at like 30 minutes.
Okay.
Just honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I start getting a little like exhausted.
Yeah.
So yeah, about 30 minutes. Just 'cause sometimes the trans stuff is pretty intense to talk about.
Mhm.
But I'm open to talking about it. But yeah, that's like my time limit pretty much.
Yeah.
And if
Got
we
it.
go over a little bit, that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Also, just I think because I want to respect also your time, but also because it is tough topics to talk about. And yeah, I really appreciate that, like, even that you want to like share it with me. So yeah, if you want to like start out with that, your story.
Yeah, I could start off with like an introduction of who I am and stuff.
Yeah, kind of. And I mean, yeah, if you just like, I can start with an introduction, yeah, and then you can give your like Ryan from when he's born if you want to do that. But yeah, as Ryan said, would be pretty good to have like an introduction. So today I am talking with Ryan Otto Casada. Pretty inspiring human to me. Ryan Cassata is an American musician, um, a public speaker, an author, and a movie creator, um, an actor. And then you speak about gender dysphoria, being transgender, and bullying also, and your personal transformation from being a female to now a man. Yeah. So wow. Just sitting with that for a moment too. I feel like it's yeah, that's a lot. You are yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be here. My name is Ryan Cassata. I use he, him pronouns,
Mm-hmm.
and I was born on Long Island, New York. I currently live in Los Angeles, and before I lived in LA, I spent many years in San Francisco as
Mm-hmm.
well. Great place. And I started music when I was 6 years old. I just had like a natural drive and really just wanted to play music. Like it was like deep in my soul, like I had to do it.
Mm,
And yeah, by 12 years old, I was writing songs already. So that
yeah,
became
that's early.
the love of my life, a great passion, and
Mm,
that's what I've been doing ever since. And I also do public speeches. I started my coming out process at 12. I was like fully out as trans by 14,
mm,
and I have been speaking at schools since I was 13 years old, and I'm about to be 30, so it's been a long career of that, and it's been amazing, an amazing
mm.
journey. Yeah.
How has it changed for you to like speak out about your story from such a young age to now? How is it just reflecting back?
Yeah.
Because yeah,
Well, I do think that in many ways the trans community has shifted, and here in the United States right now we're going through a huge political turmoil where politicians and legislators and other groups, hate groups, are using the trans community and spewing hate, taking away our rights, literally taking away our rights through the government, state by state. And
mm,
it's honestly, it's more scary than ever right now to be trans. When I was younger, it wasn't as scary. It was like very underground. People didn't really know what trans was. They weren't looking for it. So there wasn't
mm,
as much hatred and bullying
mm,
as there is now. I think what's happening currently is we've increased in visibility so much. Like pretty much everyone knows that trans people exist now. Some people want to deny that existence, but everyone knows that trans people are here and they exist and we exist. And with that visibility comes a social pushback from conservative groups, and that's what's currently happening. And I think we are in the midst of a revolution, and we will move forward. And I
yeah,
think there's a lot of hope for the future. I just think right now is a rough time. Yeah.
mm, yeah. How has it been for you growing up um in in Stony Brook in New York? Um, yeah, as a kid.
Yeah. I was born in Stony Brook, and I grew up in a town called Bayshore.
Mm,
It was pretty conservative. It was very diverse there, but I was the first openly trans person in my school, probably in my town.
oh, okay.
And I had to educate people a lot, like along the way. It just took a lot of educating all the time, all the teachers in school, anyone that I came in contact with, people in the music scene. And most people did accept the education and accepted me. And I had like a pretty well, it was like an upbringing of an activist. Like I had to like fight for my rights along the way with
I feel
education. But my summers I spent at a music camp, and there I just got to be a normal kid. And I'm grateful I had like those few weeks of summer where I like didn't really have to be an activist, and I could just be Ryan, a guitar
mm,
player and singer, you know?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Did it like kind of naturally develop into you being an activist, or how did you even was that a word or something you were aware of at that time that like activism or I mean, just using so much effort from you and energy to school others and school teachers, that's like enormous to do that.
Yeah.
I'm just like thinking about what I've done myself. I don't obviously know the same, but
Yeah.
how you must spin. But yeah, that takes a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, basically I started activism when I was 13. I was getting bullied in middle school. So, since I was getting bullied so much, I had like a mental breakdown basically, and my the guidance counselor at my school told me about the LGBT center that happened to be in my hometown. I had no idea. I went there and they had this thing called the Safe Schools team. I was able to join that team, and that's what started my activism career. They taught us how to publicly speak, how to be on panels. They put us on panels. We drove all over the tri-state area, educating other schools. So this started as when I was 13, and with a team. And then by the time I was 15, I was getting calls to go speak at schools just on my own, including at colleges and universities already. So I was like younger than the students. And then in high schools, I was like younger or the same age. So they
Mhm.
really listened to me because I was the same age. And I think that actually that helped a lot.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, then there's really like an idol that's, or not an idol, but like a human person to like look up. That's like at the actual. It just
Yeah,
feels more realistic to one, I guess. To
yeah.
yeah.
And all those like early speeches, I would always start with music and I would play like a popular song and like everyone loves music, right? So
Yeah.
that was like the common thread that like humanized my experience and my trans experience and people were like, "Oh, like he likes the same song I like," you know? So
Mm,
that sort of thing
yeah.
like really helped too. And that was part of early in my activism music was used in it a lot.
Yeah. Things that doesn't separate us, but actually like shows that we're actually one of the same, even though we're not having exactly the same kind of experience. We can still bond over these feelings, right?
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, yeah, that's amazing. You were aware that you were very aware of that also. I feel like using
Mhm.
these songs as an introduction.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm, yeah. I have written down some lines from your song "Howl" that I'd like to share with you. Um,
Sure.
yeah, I think they're really amazing and just like yeah, um,
Thank you.
s- um, yeah. Okay, so here it goes. And I've been considering growing up, getting married, have a baby, and expanding our love, but I'm still struggling to catch up. I lose myself sometimes out there. I get so goddamn distant from home, just wishing to see someone that resembles somebody I know. And it's just like, yeah, I mean, um, can you share your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think yeah, like what I'm mostly talking about there is this it's like a coming of age type of song and I'm I'm on the road a lot and since I've been with my husband like since we started dating and stuff I've been touring a lot more frequently so we spend like a lot of time apart.
Mm,
Right now I have a break so that's nice but we spent a lot of time apart and
mm,
that time on the road, sometimes it could get like really lonely, especially
mm,
when I'm doing it as a solo acoustic artist without my band. It just
mm,
gets, it could really wear on you. It's of course all worth it to play the show, but um, the other 20 something hours a day of the day are sometimes like hard and lonely. So yeah, I was talking about that I was also talking about um these desires that come in that are like, I want to be married, I want to have a family.
Mm,
And how does that work with the lifestyle I currently have, which is filled with touring, you know?
mm, yeah. And congratulations on the marriage with Steph.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. It was such a
Amazing.
beautiful wedding.
Oh, that's great. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really great. How was it? Where was it? So sorry, I'm just really
Oh
want
yeah,
to.
we got married in Malibu at Calamigos Ranch, not too far from where we live, about an hour away. So it
Mm,
was close to home and really, really pretty and close to the beach too. So
yeah, nice. Sounds really good. Yeah.
yeah, and being surrounded by so many like family and then lots of like really close friends, it was just like, this is awesome. This is like the
Oh,
best day of my life. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Cool. Having the loved ones surrounded by one, or like around one.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
And I think it's a positive story to share because a lot of trans people don't have their family like that, and so I feel very fortunate that my family is really accepting. They weren't always, but they are now, and for the past decade they have been, and everyone just got to be there and just love each other, and it was awesome.
Mm, yeah.
So all of that's possible.
Yeah. Yeah. That's possible. Yeah. Yeah. We want more of that. Working more for more of that. Um, and I think that can also like kind of intertwine with what we just talked or what I just mentioned about these lines, because what I'm especially like, or what I really like noticed is also like the thing about um catching up and realizing the transformation you have been through, both from female to male, but also the whole journey, uh,
Hmm.
and like being with that, like taking all of it in. How do you take time for that, or how does that feel like for you?
Yeah. Um, I feel very grateful for my life, and there has been a lot of trauma and pain and suffering, but there's also been a lot of beauty, and because
Yeah,
of what I've gone through, I've been able to use that to help other people and use it to write songs and share my story, and that's helped other people. So it's all worth it, and I've gotten to meet people all over the world, which I mean, that's like the best, like
yeah, yeah,
getting to be friends with
connecting.
people everywhere. Yeah. Having community in so many places. It's
Mm,
it's like it's a very special thing.
yeah, yeah, so important for
Yeah.
the growth of it. Yeah, wow, wow, that's great. That's so good. So yeah, just fills me up with awe in some ways also. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, I wanted to ask something. I kind of forgot that. Um, but I want to touch a little bit about your transformation from female to male.
Sure.
Yeah, and you can just like talk or share a little bit about what you would like what's on your thoughts right now, actually.
Yeah, I think I've been reflecting a lot. It's this month, October,
Mm-hmm.
um, is actually my 15-year anniversary of when I came out to my brother.
Mm-hmm.
And after I came out to my older brother as
Congrats.
trans, then I told the rest of my family and really started living full time as Ryan and as my authentic self. So
Mm,
I've been reflecting a lot on that journey and just like how I was a kid when I transitioned and
mm,
I was a teenager, and right now in the United States, there's all this legislation that's blocking trans youth from transitioning, and
yeah.
it's extremely harmful. And as someone who transitioned as a youth, got top surgery as
Mm,
a teenager, like that all saved my life. Like I would not be here. So I know how important it is for these young people to get the health care that they need and deserve. So
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that a lot, and um, I feel very fortunate that I was able to get my top surgery as soon as I turned 18.
Mm.
And my parents flew out for that and were supportive. My older brother's always been supportive of my transition from the day I came out.
Mm.
And really, like, when I came out, my transition, well, being trans wasn't very well known at all. Like, people didn't know what that meant. And I
Mm.
had to educate, like, pretty much everyone that I interacted with, right?
Yeah.
Including at school, which made me become an activist, and
Mm.
in my school, having to just advocate for my rights to be able to use the bathroom, to be able to go to gym class, to be able
Yeah.
to wear the color that the boys were wearing for graduating instead of what the
Mm.
girls were wearing. So yeah, it was a quite a journey, and it still is, it's still a
Yeah.
process coming to terms with gender, and then also accepting my transness has been a
Mm.
process of, like, of self-love discovery, really.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. It is. I have another one, some other lines that I'd like to share also, with you. Um, um, so it goes like this. And what's a guy supposed to do when my mere existence is political? I write love songs too. I write love songs too. I write love songs too. Is queer love still atypical? And I just think this is like yeah, so many things, but like so transforming in the way that you should focus on both. Like it's just such a paradox between telling like what's actually the real true story of how um kind of horrific it is, but also that um you obviously want to share the love of it as well. And yeah, just what's on your mind, or like what's how do you feel about this?
Yeah, that line came to me pretty quick, and yeah, I was talking about all of the legislation that's happening right now, and that how trans bodies are very politicized right now, and um
Mm.
it's like, but we're human, and that's like what
Mm.
people need to remember first. Like, I'm a singer-songwriter
Mm.
who writes love songs, and I predominantly write love songs. Like, I've written way more love songs and heartbreak songs than I've written music about being trans, really. And I think that a lot of times, um, it's like transgender singer Ryan Cassata instead of Ryan Cassata, who happens to be trans. Like, the trans is so, like, has to be like the main thing of my identity, and it can't be it's like what's mainly focused on, and
Mm.
sometimes, like, my music is forgotten, or only the songs that are about being trans are listened to. So it becomes frustrating to just be, like, put into a box so much.
Yeah, 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 they hell a lot. Yeah.
Hmm.
And you said something there about like yeah, you write love songs too as well, and that's like yeah, I mean the primary thing about it. I just kind of forgot I had another question, but yeah, that's okay. um I think something I noticed in the um I guess we can kind of end it in a couple of minutes. But yeah, I don't know if I should end off of this one. maybe that we talked about it a little in the start, around the awareness. It kind of can make it a little bit heavily,
Mm.
especially right now, because they're like the awareness have grown so much, so that they actually can become like even yeah, heavy to one. uh
Mm.
yeah, how, I don't know how to, I just, you spoke so well, well about it. I think, if you have like any, yeah, thoughts about, or like comments on that,
On what specifically?
around awareness that can like, I just feel like when you mentioned it, it can, um that the awareness around it can become, feel heavily. Is that right?
Mm. Oh, like the transvisibility.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think there is like an increased social awareness of trans people right now, but there happens to be a lot of people that just don't agree with trans people at
Mm.
all right now, you know. So there's an increased just like harassment. I mean, I see it online more than ever. Like I've been like online bullied more than ever now than even when I was like a teenager, you know.
Yeah, okay, okay. Hmm. Yeah,
So like
that's,
right now awareness like maybe feels like a setback, but really it's not a setback. Like it is good. It's we
mm,
are moving in the right direction, but
yeah, yeah.
setbacks are included in moving in the right
Hmm.
direction towards equality.
So well said, yeah. And
Yeah.
really education for me to hear as well, because I've been to the US before, but now it's some time ago,
Mm.
and sometimes it's hard to actually know how the situation develops, and if it's actually, if giving is making meaning, um and developing, yeah, um
Yeah.
from so far. So it's really, I'm really honored, and yeah, it just means a lot to like learn that from you as well. Yeah. So thank you, Ryan, for spending some time here with me. Yeah. Can I take a picture?
Oh
Um,
yeah, sure.
or yeah, before we end up, then I'll, yeah, end the Zoom. What's nice.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the digital way of doing it, or some, um um yeah, is there anything you want to end with?
No, I would just like to say thank you, and it was so nice to meet you, and thank you to anyone who listens too.
Mm,
And you can find more at ryancassata.com.
yeah, yeah, yeah. RyanCassata.com, and on Instagram it's Ryan Cassata. Um, and go listen to Ryan's music on Spotify as well. And yeah, you have it on almost like most platforms, right?
Most what?
Platforms.
Oh yeah, I'm on every streaming
Yeah,
platform.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah. Well,
Awesome.
thank you
Yeah, thank you so
for
much. Have a good rest of your day.
thanks, and you too.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.